What's up, you guys? You're watching Sergio's Secret. I did want to make a quick announcement before the video. This Friday at 9 in the morning, I will be on Sharp Ual's Instagram account. I am so excited because you guys know you always love when I do shopping vlogs, when I show items, and you know, 9 times out of 10, most of the things that I show in stores like at TG Maxx, Sharp Ual, some of my other stores, they're usually just, you know, in store, and you know, sometimes by the time the video is uploaded, you won't be able to shop the item. I will be on there live on Friday at 9 in the morning Texas time, and if you have seen the vlog where I went shopping at Sharp Ual, I'll leave the vlog also in the description box. But what is Sharp Ual? Sharp Ual is basically like an exclusive store that they get liquidation on a ton of contemporary and designer items. You guys know I am very frugal when it comes to buying designer and contemporary items. I love all the brands from across the board, but they will be having so much good stuff. Everything that's going to be part of that live stream on their Instagram account on Friday at 9 in the morning. Everything will be handpicked by me. I will pick everything, and there'll be price points throughout everything. So there's something for a little bit of everybody. I'll do some men's, a little bit of women's, a little bit of accessories, a little bit of footwear, a little bit of categories for everything. But like I said, everything is handpicked by me. And so I did want to tell you about one of my favorite stores that I am collaborating with them on a super fun live on their Instagram account. So if you do want to watch some of the exclusive goodies that will be on there, which there's a lot of great stuff. This one particular brand is going to be on there. Definitely check in their Instagram or follow me on Instagram as well, so I can post the updates and everything. I'll go through everything because tomorrow on Thursday I'll go through everything on my Instagram stories. So I cannot wait to see all you guys there so much. I'll leave their Instagram, my Instagram down below, and the past shopping vlog, and you'll be finding some really great deals anywhere from 60 to even 90% off. So stay tuned because there are going to be some really great items on that live stream. What's up, you guys? You're watching Sergio's Secret. Before I get started with today's video, if you can please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe button. We are trying to reach 75,000 subscribers, so by you subscribing, just one step ahead to go ahead and get into 75,000 subscribers. Everything that I'll be talking about today will be linked down below. I do have a part 1 to this, and I'll leave it linked down below for you guys to watch. I do have everything on my LTK as well, so it makes it more easier for you guys. And today is going to be a part 2 on designer handbag alternatives. Sometimes I compare contemporary to contemporary, designer to designer, contemporary to designer, or you know, low end to high end. I just feel like there's always an alternative, especially if you do want to try a new handbag style, or you want to try maybe a new brand, or maybe the higher end is too common, you want to try something less or high. So I'll make these videos just to give you guys different options, and I feel like my alternatives are always a little bit more edited than some of the other alternative videos that you see, and they're not the same repetitive kind of alternatives that you see. Mine are a little bit different, and I do put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to, you know, post everything and do everything. So like I said, I would appreciate if you guys can give this video a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you guys anything, so it can reach more people. And without further ado, I'm gonna scoot to the side and let's go ahead and get started with these alternative. By the time you watch this video, this will probably already be live, and it is the Mark reissue. So they reissued kind of like the Mark by Marc Jacobs traditional bags that are really popular. I want to say a few years back. Definitely when I was in high school, I definitely had a few of these. I feel so old. I'm gonna be 22 in less than a month. I feel so old that these are back, and I feel like it hasn't even been like a full decade. But I do remember my freshman year having like a Mark by Marc Jacobs bag and wallet, or you know, throughout high school I did have quite a bit of Mark by Marc Jacobs. But they did reissue the Natasha, the Carly, the Hiller, the Wika bag, and so those are all styles that are Mark by Marc Jacobs. And so obviously the newer versions are gonna be a little bit more expensive. Obviously, you know, prices that were like 5-10 years ago are not the same prices that are now. But since this is brand new and freshly reintroduced back, right now if you do want to get the Mark by Marc Jacobs versions, I think right now is a really great time for you guys to buy them on Poshmark, on eBay, on Bestier Collective, on the Real. So I may not have a direct link for this, but definitely on the pre-loved websites, I think it's a really great option. And I think there's nothing more cooler than actually showing the Mark by Marc Jacobs era. I know they kind of made it into Haven, Marc Jacobs Runway, and then kind of Marc Jacobs, but it's kind of good to go back in time, and I kind of do appreciate the Mark by Marc Jacobs style, the more Mark by Marc Jacobs aesthetic. And so I did want to go ahead and tell you guys that as I'm showing you guys throughout these reissues, I think right now is a really great option because then people are going to catch on, TikTok's going to lead on, and these bags will be sold out, or the people that are selling these bags are going to sell them a little bit higher. But you can get these bags low as like $60-$70 all the way to like $250. Most of them are like under the $100 mark. So I would say if you do want a Marc by Marc Jacobs bag in any of these collections, I think you should go ahead and go for it, and I don't think you will ever regret it. Plus, if they're definitely pushing these bags, these are definitely going to be bags that are going to be in for fall and winter, these more slouchier bags. For me, I'm definitely interested in maybe in a Natasha or Carly, just because they are a little bit more smaller bags. But I'm super glad that I'm kind of living my high school fantasy again for some odd reason. But those are going to be the ones that I'm going to be recommending. The second one is going to be the YSL Lee 5A7 bag. This currently retails for $22.50. Can we talk about the price increase since this debuted? So when this debuted, this was $16.90. There is a mini version that's $14.90 that is literally so tiny. Even I consider this a small bag. You can fit a full-size wallet in here if you do want to. But I got this for Christmas, and as you can see, it is gorgeous. So put it through here. It has adjustments, the back. I have definitely been loving and using this bag since I purchased it for Christmas, and so I do use this bag quite often because I always get asked if I do use it. Yes. But I'm going to comparison this one to the Anina Bing Cleo bag, which is $499. The Cleo bag is very similar. It is literally like $4.50 of the price, and I like how this one is a little bit more minimalistic. Now with the Cleo bag, the strap is not adjustable. I personally don't adjust this strap just because with the metal, it already left a mark on it. So if I were to adjust it, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll go ahead and take it out. Hardware here, you can even see through the hardware here how it has already like a stain through the leather. I'm pretty sure I can get it out, but it already marked it, so I wouldn't adjust the strap on it. I would just keep it how it is. But the Cleo bag from Anina Bing is not adjustable, but it just still has that same hardware detail, and I do like how the Cleo doesn't have any logos on it. Sometimes Anina Bing can be a little sneaky and put like Anina Bing and stuff like that. I personally love Anina Bing items when they're not branded and it's just more of the clothing and the item kind of speaks for itself. That's why I love Anina Bing so much, kind of like a Venture Theory or Veronica Beard. They're not based on their logos, more of the performance of the clothing and the style of the clothing. So Anina Bing introduced handbags probably like a year ago, and it's been doing super well, and this was probably my favorite one, and I think this is my favorite version of the Saint Laurent handbag. I think for $4.99 for that same kind of smooth calfskin leather. Strap is not adjustable. It is more of that, you know, little armpit bag. You can use it with an oversized blazer, which is what I'm planning to wear this one with. Dress it up, dress it down, wear it with leggings and a t-shirt, wear it with a little bit more of a feminine suit. I think that the Anina Bing bag is a really great alternative if you've been wanting this one. The next one I'm going to be talking you guys about is going to be probably my favorite one in this entire video, and we're going to be comparing the Salvatore Ferragamo Top Handle iconic bag. Now this baby retails for $2,500. Can we talk about how expensive Ferragamo bags have gotten? I remember like when we had Ferragamo bags at North Park in Dallas and Nordstrom when I worked there. Girl, the Ferragamo's bags were a little pretty decent, you know, maybe a little expensive, but they would always be really great sellers. But I feel like within the last few years, Ferragamo handbags have definitely a lot more expensive, but they do have this kind of classic bag. I've seen this style for Ferragamo for a while, and that's why it is called the iconic top handle, because it is very iconic for the brand of Salvatore Ferragamo. That being said, I did find a really great alternative, and allegedly for my birthday, this is one of the birthday wish list bags that I want, and it is the Furla Top Handle, and this is gonna come in at $498. And it is essentially the same. They're very similar. Both have feet at the bottom, both have straps. It appears that the Furla is a little bit bigger than the iconic top handle by Salvatore Ferragamo, and it's literally 1/5 of the price. And I don't know, I find that with the Furla one, it looks a little bit more youthful to me. I feel like sometimes a lot of what issue I don't really get in with a lot of Ferragamo items, and I know what they gotten a new creative director, so that could change in the future. The reason why I don't really get into a lot of Ferragamo items, and people always say, well, you like Anina Bing, you like more like Saint Laurent. Like I would feel like you would like salvage Ferragamo because it's a very clean brand. I do love Ferragamo, but I feel like sometimes Ferragamo can look a little mature. I think that this Furla one, it kind of gives it more of that youthful taste. It's very classic, it's very traditional looking, but something about the Furla one just kind of gives it more of that youthful, but it could also be Furla as a brand. It's about like October. I should be having my hair where I can put a lot of product and slick back. It's been about a month since I shaved my head off. I feel like with my hair slicked back, with the sickening, you know, style blazer, with some beautiful trousers, with a sneaker or booty, I feel like this one will go with everything, with this Furla alternative. And this is a bag that I really want to add in my collection. And this one comes in a lot of colors. So black is not your taste. It comes in green, it comes in white, it comes in red, it comes in so many color variations, and they have different sizes. There's one that's $378, and obviously they have one that's $498. So there's more versatility than the Ferragamo one. Yes, I love the Ferragamo, and I love Furla is inspired by the Ferragamo, but something about the Furla one just kind of gives me more youthful vibes. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about Ferragamo in general, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels like that. I love Ferragamo, but it's just been a brand that I just have not gone into. Next one that I'm going to be comparing is going to be the Saint Laurent Lu, which now had a price increase, $590, and we're going to be comparing it with the Coach Pillow Madison with $498, and I believe the black on black Lulu is, I think it's $26.90. I think it's $100 more. So it's basically it is $2,700 versus $500. I love it's black on black hardware in the medium size. I think it's very sleek. I think it's very edgy. We can talk about the ones with the gold hardware or all these different variations, but as long as it's this kind of beautiful slouchy leather, I love the Lu. I love how it's reinforced very well. I like how it's very like, you can dress this up, you can dress this down, you can wear them with t-shirts and leggings. You can really make this bag whatever you want it to. The price of this bag has gone up super crazy. I think when I worked at Nordstrom, I think the introductory price of this, and when I mean introductory, like the first price point of the bags before the price increases, I think it started at $1,990, so $2,000. So it definitely has went up a whole lot since the initial, you know, launch. It's enough where it could cover the whole Coach Pillow Madison. So I'm going to be comparing it with the Coach Pillow Madison, and I'm going to be comparing the black on black with the black on black. Something about the Coach Pillow Madison on black is chef's kiss. Obviously we all know about Coach revamp. I think they're going on 3 years or 4 years since this new revamp, and I'm always very excited. And I will tell you guys, their holiday stuff and fall stuff for Coach is spectacular. You will love it all. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Obviously, you know, I talk about it once things are available to the public, but a lot of the collections are not out yet, but I have seen a lot of sneak peeks out. A lot of people have been sending me, and especially through DMs. If you want to send me some previews of anything, I would love to see it via DM, and obviously everything will be confidential. Love the Pillow Madison, and with all the price increases that are happening, Coach just had a price increase on a lot of the bags. Like the Pillow Tabby is now $550, the Classic Tabby is now $450. I think the Pillow Madison for $495 is still a great point. I love the puffy tag. I love the little C. I just love everything about it. It's not super dupe. It's not exactly like the same, let's say, like the Ferragamo and the Furla, but it's a great alternative. It's not super like exactly like it, but it's that same concept. It's a black on black, it's a flap style, and you can fit a little bit same amount. I'll say the Coach one is a little bit tad smaller, but when you're paying like 1/5 of the price, I don't think you could ever go wrong with it. So I do want to recommend that variation. I do love it quite a lot, and I don't think you could ever go wrong with either the Saint Laurent or the Coach or any of these alternatives, regardless if you go the higher price point or the lower price point. I think either or price point is really well, but I just love to give my subscribers a lot of options just to know that there are alternatives out. The next one is going to be a Coach comparison, and it's going to be the Coach Tabby, which retails for $450. This bag was $350 when it first got introduced like 3 years ago, so it definitely has went up over $100, which is crazy because that typically doesn't happen for Coach. But you know, in this economy and this day, I think price increases it's just gonna keep on going. And I'm gonna be comparing it with the outlet version. So with the Coach factory outlet, I always guess that the outlet is real online. I'll leave the direct link. That's like the real website. but I always get asked. One thing about the Coach website and the outlet is that the prices vary due through promotions that they have. So one week they may have like 15% off, 20% off handbags, or 20% off SLGs. So the price of the Georgie, which is this one here, which is the one I'm comparing it to, as I'm filming this video, it is currently $160, but it can go back to $189, $200. It can change up in price depending on what it is. So I do want to say that the price may vary on the Georgie, but the Coach outlet, pretty much this is how they work. They usually have a variation of a full price or off price. I think for a Coach, I think a lot of the pillow styles are excluded, but for the most part, a lot more of the simpler bags, they do have an alternative from the full price to the off price. So I will be comparing the classic tabby to the Georgie. So if you do want to have a classic tabby, but you feel like maybe that extra $50, or maybe you just don't want to spend almost $500 with tax on it, I think that the Georgies are a really great alternative. It's mostly going to be under $200 with tax. You're going to be saving about 60%, because it's going to be, let's say, $200 with tax for the Georgie, about $500 with tax for the tabby. You save $200, you can buy a lot more things with that. So I do want to tell you guys about the comparison, because that's always a comparison that I always get on Instagram. Do you recommend the Georgie? Do you recommend the tabby? Which should I go for? I mean, I think obviously the tabby one is going to be a little bit more superior. The Georgie is just going to have like, it's not going to come with the dust bag. It's just a little bit of details, but I don't think it's enough that you shouldn't buy it. So I think it's a really great alternative, and it's from the same brand, Coach. I love Coach. I think their heritage, the price point, I just love Coach so much as a leatherwear brand. And so if you want to go ahead and go for the lower price point route, I don't think you're going anything wrong. But if you go for the full price route, I don't think there's anything wrong either. But I did want to lay out that that's pretty much like their sisters. They're very similar, super similar. But the price point is where, it kind of makes the question, should I go for the full price, off price? I don't really know, but I do want to lay out that option, and obviously that's for you guys to decide. The next one that I'm going to be comparing is going to be the Tory Burch Classic Kira Chevron Crossbody Bag. It reaches for $398, and I'm going to be comparing it with the Michael Kors Rose Small Quilted Crossbody at $99. So by the time that I'm filming this video, they are actually doing a promotion on the Michael Kors website. So if you sign up for the rewards program, it is $50 off $200 purchase, and it includes sale items and outlet items. So Michael Kors introduced their outlet website a few weeks ago. It's a certain tab that you have to pick on the website. I'll leave a link down below, guys, so it's more easier for you. You can get $50 off $200, and they have so many other options in handbags, so just throwing that out. But literally, you want to spend four out of four, like $400 for the Kira Crossbody, or you don't know if you want it, or you don't know if you're gonna get a lot of use out of. I think the Michael Kors Rose one is very similar. It has kind of like that side detail throughout it. It does come in 3 colors. It comes in a pink, maroon, and a black. It is gold hardware, just like the Tory Burch one, and the Michael Kors one is a little bit on the bigger side as well. The Kira camera crossbody bag is just a tad bit smaller, so even if you do want a little bit more space, I feel like that's something that could be an alternative. If space is a little bit more important to you, the Michael Kors one, Rose one, can definitely be more up your alley. But I didn't want to compare those two. Those are really great alternatives. And my last comparison for you guys, let me know if you want to see a part 3, because I'm more than happy to film this for you. Is going to be the Louis Vuitton Felici 1620 versus the Coach Win, which is $225. So right off the bat, there are a little bit of differences. Obviously, the Louis Vuitton is monogram, and I'm talking about the leather version. It's going to be embossed monogram, versus the Coach has no some sort of emboss on it. The Coach one has a dog tag, the Louis Vuitton does not. The Louis Vuitton Felici is going to have chain, so it's going to be a little bit more dressed up. Coach Win is going to be a leather strap. And then as far as the pouches that are inside, the Louis Vuitton Felici has 2 inserts, I believe, versus the Coach has 1 insert. But literally, guys, you can buy like 7 of these bags to just make up for the Louis Vuitton Felici. And I asked you guys on Instagram what are great alternatives. So this is something that a fellow subscriber told me, that she has both of them and that she prefers her Coach one just because she feels like it's a little bit more discreet, it's a little bit more casual for her lifestyle, just because of the leather strap versus chain. Like I said, chain is always going to dress up a bag versus leather strap. The leather strap is going to blend in and look a lot more casual. For the Coach Win, they do have a lot more color variations every single season versus the Felici is a little bit more standard colors. It's very comparable. So I always tell people with these alternative videos, you can always try the contemporary or the lower price point item, see how you feel about it, see if you really wanted to invest in the higher end item, and just to kind of test your waters, or maybe you just want a perfect alternative and you have no desire to get the designer, or you know, maybe you should get the contemporary versus designer. It's all up to you guys. This video is really for what you interpret it, what you wanted to make it to be, but I always love to give some great alternatives for you guys. But those are going to be my 7 alternatives that I have. Like I said, I do have a part 1, which I'll leave linked down below. Guys, I want to hear thoughts and your opinions on this video down below. Do you want me to make a part 3? Do you want me to do accessories, fragrance, and stuff like that? Because I can literally make these videos for days upon days. So let me know if you want me to film another one, because I'm more than happy to film this video for you guys. I'll be leaving the links for everything linked down below. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, so we can reach for 75,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And I go on live every single Friday at 7. So if you do want to kiki and chat with me, I'm always available to talk on my live stream. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And take care. Los quiero mucho from your tío Sergio.